Respected Chair, I thank BNGOC for this opportunity to present a statement at the CND intersession on the thematic section, The Criminal Misuse of Information and Communication Technologies for Illicit Drug-Related Activities is Increasing. Respected Chair, regulation traditionally lags innovation, and as innovation continues to outperform regulation, the expanse of illicit economies has amplified. Mimicking traditional criminal manipulation, new technological tools have enabled execution with violence and velocity. ICTs have opened tremendous possibilities for purposes of criminal cooperation, enabling greater anonymity and shielding from detection. The proliferation of the use of anonymization tools and encryption communication services, multiplication of sales platform on the surface web and dark web, underground payment systems through cryptocurrencies by malicious actors, drone technology, etc., has simplified execution with unprecedented speed, ease, and impact. This has significantly altered the criminal terrain and the motivation of offenders. Guided and driven by new technological tools, the drug market has become more abundant, more sophisticated, and more diverse globally than it has ever been. Movement restrictions imposed by the coronavirus pandemic saw people move online to an unprecedented degree and witnessed a surge in criminal operations, including greater volume and movement of a wide range of illicit drugs. Traffickers have been swift in resorting to ICT and with precision to keep their supply chains open. To cite an instance, in a recent drug haul from the city of Kochi in southern India, investigators uncovered the modus operandi of peddlers, traffickers, and consumers. Orders for small quantities of drugs were placed through coded messages. The administrators would add members only after thorough verification, including physical background checks. The theme and discussion in the groups would generally be on the right subjects to mask the real purpose of drug trafficking. Herein lies the real challenge, as pointed out by Manu P. Zakaria, cybersecurity expert and member of the Data Security Council of India, that enforcement agencies can scan social media space only if they receive a specific input. Detection thus remains a major challenge. Earlier in June of 2021, the Narcotics Control Bureau of India had arrested an individual referred to as the Crypto King in Mumbai for providing bitcoins for the purchase of LSD. The drug was bought from the darknet web using bitcoins. As per a research publication, the crypto markets have facilitated hundreds of thousands of illicit drug exchanges, likely worth more than $2 billion. Door-to-door delivery of a greater volume and wide range of illicit drugs have had serious repercussions. A reported increase in fatal overdoses, as that reported from United States, particularly involving the sale of fentanyl-laced counterfeit pills that have caused the death of teens and young adults in at least 15 states. As per data released by the US Center for Disease Control for the period March 2020 to March 2021, some 90,000 people have died of drug overdoses in a span of 12 months. The DEA administrator Anne Milligan had voiced her serious concern at the lackadaisical attitude of the social media companies, in this case Snapchat, from where most of the pills were ordered. While Snapchat did say that it has strengthened automated tools that proactively scan for potential drug-related content, consulting with DEA and third-party experts to stay on top of this deadly game, yet illicit drug operations have continued to grow bigger and resilient to assaults. A report in the NYT mentioned how simple it was ordering online drugs, as simple as ordering pizza online. There is an obvious challenge here for law enforcement to not only keep pace with new technological developments, but to effectively counteract technology-enabled crimes. And these warrants developing new investigative tools and strategies and new forms of transnational policing and jurisprudence. Naturally, the use of technology by law enforcement has considerable resource implications. Combating crime again is not something that only the law enforcement can or should shoulder alone. A critical factor here is developing working relationships with private industry and academia. Prevention is also a key non-investigative measure that must be considered and explored. Regulatory system strengthening and harmonization of legal and policy frameworks to meet new challenges, and a shared commitment towards combating crimes where these technologies are involved is crucial. This demands cooperation between different sectors and different stakeholders in such discussions. It is important for law enforcement to have a voice, to provide guidance and recommendations regarding the needs and requirements of law enforcement. The need for a reliable and efficient mechanism for international cooperation towards combating the ICT-related crimes has never been more urgent. As has been rightly said, and I quote, "The fight against cybercrime either is a global one or it makes no sense." Thank you.